going to be a very awkward morning. All right, not a problem. Hey guys, Happy Splasher here. Good morning. It is 7/1/2021. We're going to be doing some pit, and then we're also doing some league. So let's get right into it. I just had to adjust the camera this morning because something was going on. I couldn't find the webcam, and then didn't find out where it was. So not a big deal. All right, so let's check out Pit right now. All right, Pit's a little different now because of yesterday. What happened was after the maintenance break, the rewards changed. So instead of this being an epic, it's now a legendary. So because of that, we're actually going to save this Pit boss for the world event tomorrow. So there is a node in chapter 3 and in chapter 2 actually, where you'll need to open up legendary chests in order to pass. So in this case, we're actually going to hold off on this boss, but we'll do as much damage as we can so that we can have it loaded up for the quest node, and then we'll take it from there. So let's do a breakdown of the boss here. All right, whenever block is triggered on their side, it will swap the attack and health of a random enemy being us. On the third turn, it'll set the attack of one of our units to 0, and then on the 8th turn, it'll set the attack of all of our units to 0. So because of that, whenever block does occur, we'll have to be aware that our stats will change. On the third turn, some of our attack is going to be set to 0, and then on the 8th turn, it will be set to 0. These two skills will stack on the 8th rotation, so most likely all of our units will be 0 at some point, and then the block will trigger and then swap. So keep that in mind as we need to summon units with at least high attack so that it turns into high health. Otherwise, if it's low attack, it's going to turn to low health, and then our units will be destroyed. All right, I'm going to switch back our Warlord right now, back to Pirate, and then go from there. As we see right now, we're using Geisha with the Glee pet, so we're going to switch back to the Pirate with the Glee pet. Going to the Dungeon Trials, check out some other stuff. All right, and let's go. All right, taking a look at the buildings. So plus attack, plus health, damage, plus attack, and plus health. All right, looking at the pentagrams next. So the pentagram coverage is okay. We have this behind the building, so at least this lane is partially covered. We have double coverage over here on this lane, so right now it's kind of imbalanced. We want to get damage on these two lanes as quickly as possible, and we can actually hold off on here. We're going to do a little bit more of a balance strategy rather than just focusing all units over here, because if we don't, they're going to be able to stack units on these two tiles and then get damage from there. So let us start with, see what makes sense. So plus 10 and yeah, that's fine. All right, we'll start with our ranged unit over here to get rid of this building. All right, they did land on a damaged pentagram, so that's good. We can take care of that, just making sure that no other triggers, so just block to a random ally. In this case, it is that building over there. We will continue and summon our melee unit in terms of these stats. Just making sure if we have any other plays here. Well, I guess we can hold off. We don't actually... we can destroy this building, that's fine. Trying to balance it out because, like I said before, we don't want to beat this boss, but we want to deal as much damage as we can. So I guess we can use some of our worst units. So we'll start with this unit over here, and we're actually going to be placing it in this spot so that we can let the summons come out. We did trigger the block, which ended up doing the attack and health swap over here. But that's fine. Still relatively good stats right now. All right, let's see, setting attack to 1 for turn. We can still hold off on this. And this one here will set the attack of enemy to 0. So let us, yeah, we'll use our shuffle to get some damage along this line over here. I'll be placing this over here. So even though it will be set to 1, that is fine. We'll get some damage in. Okay, it was supposed to set the attack of the here to 0. Didn't do it. I guess it's no. Oh, weird. What happened afterwards? That's so weird. Alright, so we have this unit now. When the unit comes into play, melee, negative attack. So we're going to hold off on this for now. Going to we'll summon our Spikes unit over here. It also has flight, so we'll be able to block the damage at least for the lane here. Next turn, we'll do our summons to deal the damage over to get rid of this unit. Alright, so as you can see, the pentagram did get rid of the range unit over here, so no more attack. Trying to do some math here. So, all right, so let's see, our summon will come into play, so it will deal 55. It's actually good. You can click on it and drag it out, but if you hold on to the button, you'll be able to see how much the stats are. So 55, 28. So we'll have, let's see, 55, 50, and damage over here. So we're going to be a little short. If we do 94, we can, yeah, our goal right now is to get rid of this unit because of the toxin given and then the extra damage given whenever it deals damage to our warlord. So we'll do our summons. And you see we'll have a little bit of attack stolen. Yeah, this is fun. We'll do it this way. So we'll summon our unit over here. Deals damage to the wounded. It's damage in there, damage over here. And right now, just a little short on the damage needed to destroy this. Next turn, we can summon our ranged unit over here to destroy this. Maybe timer is going to go off, so we'll set another unit to 0. We'll attack that, and we have this unit over here with the block, so something will be swapped. Still probably more important for us to get rid of this particular unit now, so we're going to be summoning our ranged unit over here to deal the damage. Hopefully this unit doesn't get its attack swapped. Alright, so now we've gotten rid of that. Now we have to deal with this unit over here with the block and the spikes. But it will be destroyed next turn because of the pentagram, so no need of concern over there. Alright, damage over here. Pentagrams won't matter against this particular unit because of the immunity. So we'll need to get rid of this now, especially since it'll give a health boost to their units. And we can't give an attack boost over there, so that is unfortunate. There could be a swap where it's positive attack now because of the attack and health swap. But for now, we just need to factor in the math. So let's see, 55, 80. So we need to deal 73. We have this unit that can do it. It's probably too early for shuffle anyway, so we'll hold off. We'll just summon our unit over here to deal the damage. So as you can see, we got the extra damage needed. We also did damage our units as well, so it actually affects some of the stat lines for later. Okay, they summoned another one of these units with the extra damage. All right, next turn, all of our units are going to be set to 0, so that's no good. Let's get that over there. All right, we'll be placing this unit over. Yeah, it says decent stat lines. We'll summon this over here. And if we end up losing one of our melee units, we can summon this one to deal the extra damage needed to destroy this. We also summon this unit because it is a male, so it will get the attack boost that we'll need in order to destroy some units. As right now, it is now wiped out, so do some damage over here. Summon our melee unit over here. Get some extra damage, and then the pentagram damage will then destroy this. Ooh. Nope, that regeneration is actually coming into play, so that is why when I destroy that, okay. So we need to actually deal lethal in the same turn rather than wait for the pentagram, because the regeneration will happen first, and then the All right, so let's do some math here. So steel 60, regeneration 132. Oh boy. All right, we got to find some way to deal the extra damage now. Let's see here. This is fine. This unit here, you can transform the random wounded ranged into a box, so we'll be able to stop at least some of these over here. I guess we'll hold off on the... Yeah, this is fine. All right, so it looks like our miscalculation with the damage on this particular unit has ended up ruining the rest of our field, which is very, very unfortunate. All right, so now, okay, so the attack steel is going to, these are units, and then the attack steel over here and attack steel over here. So let us get rid of this unit first. We still have our unit here that has the silence, so we're actually going to do our attack boost, so we can at least stop this unit. And then we're going to shuffle for a unit that can destroy this now. So let's see what we got. All right, that's not good. Do one more shuffle and see if we can get it. And we don't. Bollocks. All right, well, let's see what we can do. Well, let's see, we can probably get some poison. Oh, we'll do that. Got that over there. All right. What's going to be more important? Either stalling for damage or getting... this is fine. We'll stall for damage, see if we can get it through. All right, so we silence this unit here so that we can avoid the attack steal and then the minus attack. And right now, we're just making sure that we can deal enough damage to these particular units. Okay, we place this unit in this particular spot so that it can still be defended, and then also we can affect their other units with poison. So let us... Well, we'll continue with our plan. We will put our melee unit over... We'll place this melee unit over here because it has the metal shield, and then we'll allow for extra poison damage. So it's 43, okay, so that's good. So we're going to slowly get rid of their units over here. Okay, and so the poison damage should be enough to get rid of this. And then trying to remember how the stats go. So regeneration will actually come in first. Then the pentagram damage will come in next. And then after the poison damage, just checking out their base stats. So it's going to be at full health, 86 and 64. So it's still going to be off by a little bit. That's fine, I guess. All right, so we'll have our pentagrams over here. We'll continue on with the damage so that we can keep these units alive. We don't want to use this ranged unit quite yet because it's a little too good for the situation that we're in, especially since we're trying to save the pit boss. So we'll get rid of some of our trashier units right now. We'll place our melee unit actually down here so that we can have another spot available to summon. Okay, so it looks like the regeneration and the poison actually took care of these units now, so that is good. What is causing our plus health? Okay, plus health is caused from this ranged unit here. It's giving plus health to our units, so that's good. Okay, got block over here. All right, okay, yeah, this isn't terrible. We'll summon our ranged unit. It has the puppet that comes into play. When that puppet is destroyed, it will actually remove the negative effects for us. That will actually include both the toxin and the minus attack. So that'll help us out a lot. And even if it doesn't get destroyed, we'll still have an additional blocker on the field. So as you can see, all that attack swap happening from the block being triggered on this unit. Okay, so the negative effect is gone. So now we need to deal with this unit over here. Once again, with the extra damage and the regeneration. Let's see what this one does. So attack one, slot. Range, okay. I thought it was going to be for any particular unit. So we'll put something to block over here. we'll start with this unit with the higher health. So we'll place this over. This is over here. And then right now we're just trying to get as much damage as we can. We are holding off on destroying this pit boss because we need the league rewards. Or rather, we need the legendary chest for the quest node tomorrow. So we'll just do as much damage as we can, and then we'll take it from there. And also, we need to stall off in some damage. So we'll continue on, placing our melee unit down here. Again, giving us some options for next turn if we want to put another melee unit here to double block the line, or if we want to put a ranged unit down here. Okay, looks like they're starting to get some of their units out in play to block, so that is okay. Our pentagrams are still doing the job, so that's fine. Let's see here, so now block. Not enough damage to do this. 54. Well, we can summon this unit. Alright, so we'll attack over there. Attack should destroy this, unless this gets... even if it gets swapped, we'll still have enough attack over here. So we'll summon this melee unit over here. Attack steal. Alright. Okay, if we get this down to around 200 or so, we'll just give it up, and then we'll save the boss for tomorrow. So let's see what we got here. We got 98, 41. Okay, we'll get rid of some of the worst units over here. Can't really do a shuffle. Could use our flight unit over here. I prefer to actually hold these in our inventory because of the blocking potential it does, so I'm going to hold off on this. Damage. Yeah, it could work. We'll place it over here. Block for some damage. So we have two lanes over here that are not blocked. We have damage coming on over here very soon. All right, all of our units are now frozen because of the attack steal over here, and then, well, giving you the attack steal and then the random enemies over here. So we will continue on. We'll summon our melee unit over here. Gain a little bit of health back with our Gleedy Pet. I think this should be good enough. All right, so we'll do our sudden deaths to get them down to as low as possible. We'll summon one more unit, and then we will take it from there. All right, I guess we'll use our actual flight unit now to block the damage here, or at least destroy something. That's good too. All right, so damage. This will be destroyed. Most likely this will be blocked, and we'll have some form of damage over here. And even if this gets destroyed, then we'll have access to our 300 attacker. Got that. Okay, so that'll be destroyed. Summon our melee units over here to block for some damage. I'm pretty sure this doesn't have block as well, so that's good. Shouldn't have block. Oh, it does have block. Where did it get blocked from? I guess it got blocked from the armadillo. That's what happened. All right, so we'll do our damage. We'll do our summons over here. And like I said, we don't want to destroy this boss, so we are actually all set now. We're going to... we can put in one more attack. Because no matter what, even if the only way this doesn't work out is if this gets swapped to a large attack. So 120 and yeah, this is fine. We'll just skip the turn, get the attack in. All right, and we are all set. So you can see a lot of damage, but just holding barely enough so that we can open the legendary chest for tomorrow. We'll be wasting a pit attempt, but that is fine. I assume that the next boss won't be as difficult. And we're going to have to hold off with the legendary chest anyways, so that's fine. We have another legendary chest over here with our disciple. So we'll be able to claim that towards the legendary chest note. So we'll hold off. As I mentioned, the world event is going to happen tomorrow. These 3 units are going to be the ones to get. So Chupacabras, Madam Agony, and Grandma Reaper. If they're not, let's see if they're covered in the news section. They are not. Interesting. All right, well, let's just take a look at what they actually are. They have shown up in previous events before, so that is why we can cover this now. So what do we have? We have the Chupacabras, which is over here, and it has negative attack to older units. Whenever their units attack, it will deal some extra damage and then heals for the same line, and then also gives an attack boost to units on our side of the field, so that's cool. The next one is the Grandma, which is this unit over here. So it has flight, and whenever it kills something, it summons a Death of Rats. This Death of Rats is a ranged unit, and whenever it deals damage, when that unit dies, it deals damage to all units on the field except your side, and then at the end of the turn, you will give an attack boost to all Chaos units on their side, including her. So that's cool. The third one over here is the Madam Agony. So it has a couple of skills. It transforms wounded units into crystals. Those crystals will give an attack boost to the Madam Agony, and then also it pairs with this skill over here. So whenever a crystal is attacked, whether it's on your side or their side, it will deal damage to the Warlord. On top of that, at the beginning of the turn, it will deal damage to units with max health except buildings. So it can help you set up for a board wipe, and then this skill here will help you get rid of other units that are wounded. So that's good. All right, we're going to switch back our Warlord to Gaisho over here, and then equip our pet, and then we'll do some lead. Maybe some more stuff over here, and let's go. All right, we'll open up these chests now. That way we can get those slots open for the league battle. All right, well, let's go. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. So we got a pirate over here that has the damage pentagrams, has the sharks with the extra summons, and then the plus attack to melee units. We're going to start with our melee unit here. It has immunity, so it won't be affected by other skills, and then also freeze ranged units for a turn if it gets attacked. So it will slow them down a little bit if they decide to go ranged. On top of that, it will give plus health to our units for later. Okay, they go melee, so you will. All right, we're going to be setting up for a board wipe for next turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our summon, and then we're going to be placing this behind the unit over here. Get a little bit of damage. At the end of the turn, our units will get a health boost based on the number of females that are on our side. And then now, because of the attack of this particular melee unit, it will automatically freeze a ranged unit that comes into play. Or not comes into play, but attacks this if they try to destroy it. So now we have our damage at the beginning of the turn for each ally. So that also includes this one here. We'll do our board wipe, and then we'll just go for some straight damage. We're going to be placing this down here so we can avoid the double attack runes that was summoned by this unit. Next turn we should be good regardless, because we have the summon over here that can just deal the lethal. And as long as it doesn't get Tengu'd or it doesn't get frozen, should be all set. Right, so like I said, we're just going to do our summon. And there you go. Okay, we got an ogre over here this time, so we'll have the plus health, have the silence, and then we have the stones with the heal. Our goal right now is to draw out the silence, and then we'll do the heal, and we'll take it from there. All right, first things first, taking a look at their units. Okay, so they have evasion, block, and extra attack. We're going to get rid of their melee unit with our Deadlord over here to transform this into a zombie. And then we'll also have the extra summon over here to get rid of this building here. Next turn, we'll be summoning a ranged unit to combo off with the spacing over here. Let's see, so we got that. Seeing what makes sense here. We could do our extra summon just to get it out of the way. I think instead we will just summon our ranged unit. This ranged unit sets their health to 5, and then we can just go for the attack. And then I guess our building allowed us to deal damage over to this unit. Yep, damage to a random unit, so that's good. Right, immunity and death. When it dies, it deals damage to one of our units. We're going to summon our... Let's deal one... He's doing some math, so 1, 2... It's like 177? Which we can deal with either this unit or this unit. We'll do this one over here, just because of the higher health. So attack, we'll get some health back of our melee kill. And then we did the double attack, the combat damage, which destroyed this, and then the death trigger, which then destroyed this. Okay, we drew out the silence, so that is good. Next is we'll need to destroy this unit because it gives mental shield to another one of their units, and then as it attacks, it gives these double attack runes. So we will summon this unit here just with the higher attack relative to this one. It'll also do poison damage at the beginning. Actually, I guess it didn't matter because we dealt enough damage to factor that in. Double attack runes. All right. So because of the unit landing on the double attack rune, it was able to deal extra damage to our ranged units for attacking twice. Let's see. Okay, so 138. So there's a chance that this will get destroyed. It's not terrible. Yeah, all right, that's fine. Yeah, either it was going to land, our extra summon was going to land here, and then we could have some coverage on this line, or it lands on here, and then we'll get rid of the damage rune caused by this unit, because whenever it kills something, it summons that damage rune. So we're going to just summon our range unit to get rid of this. And we'll take it from there. We drew out the stones, so now we need to damage the stones, and then use our destruction to get rid of them. We'll be doing that either with regular combat damage, or we'll use our building to deal damage at the end and then mark those for damage. So in this case, we got some extra over there. Let's do the extra arranged. Yeah, we're going to be placing this over here. The reason why is because we have our melee unit that is going to help defend our building, and then also it will give us health for later. Also, even putting in the extra ranged units for attack, it's not going to help us as much because we still need to get rid of their particular board. So let's see here. We'll do our destruction skill, and we'll do our extra summon here as well. Not quite what we were looking for because we wanted to deal the extra damage to destroy this. Get that over there. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So we do have our unit that can deal the damage, and then we'll have the building damage at the end. And then we have these extra summons over here for protection in the line. All right, so once again, we face this unit. So we also have to factor in the block that it has. So 27 times 2, that's 44. Or sorry, 54, 198. So yeah, we'll have enough attack to get rid of this. Seeing what makes sense. Yeah, we'll also summon this this melee unit to prevent the extra damage coming through. So worst case scenario, if they summon online on the double attack rune, which they do, they'll only get 1 attack out of it. And so we'll be able to do this, and should be all set. That's why we use this particular unit, to stop multiple summons from attacking. Alright, same thing with the ogre, except no pet this time, so we're a little safer there. Going to start with our ranged unit down here. So it is both protected by the building, and then at the end of the turn, it will do these health pentagrams. We know that they're going to silence in the next couple of turns, but for now, we'll get our advantage with the Aphrodite, with the extra summons of the pentagrams, and then we'll be placing our building on one of these to not only give it a health boost, but also because it is a building, it can't be silenced. So we'll hold off on that. Yeah, well, we'll continue with our plan, even though they have this unit with the extra summons for the puppets. So as you can see, the building here dealt the damage at the end of the turn, gave a little bit of spikes to one of our nature units, and then we also wiped out the board from there. Okay, this is fine. We have the Mina over here that deals damage whenever we attack. We'll be getting rid of both of these units because of this unit here with the double attack. It's just a matter of we're going to be placing over here or there. Knowing that the pentagrams are still going to come out, we're going to actually going to let them go over here. We're not going to waste our attack boost, so we'll do that. You can see the extra damage, but then we'll get some health back off of our melee kills over here. Trigger the silence, so that is good. Right, and now we have this unit with the extra damage to nature, gets heal whenever it attacks. This building here will deal damage whenever a unit is destroyed, and then the attack boost over there. So that. All right, we'll do our extra summon first. See where it lands. It'll land on a health pentagram, so that'll be good. And then we'll have this unit here. We'll place it also on a health pentagram as well. So we have some damage. We got some building damage and then poison damage. We'll then get rid of this unit over here. In our previous turn, we were going to summon this unit with the transform, but since we could just get rid of the units with the combat damage and the poison damage, we don't have to pretty much use this specific type of removal. We always prioritize using combat first, and then use special effects to get rid of units. So, like I said, we'll do that. We'll summon our transform unit, and then the building damage, and then I guess also this unit with the damage at the end. We'll get rid of the melee unit. Alright, so now we have this unit with the extra damage. We can stop this in a couple of ways. We can either summon this unit to set the health to 5 and then have it destroyed. We can also set up for a board wipe over here. I think we'll actually do it for the board wipe. So we'll place this over here. I'll silence the male unit, so now it doesn't have that extra damage. And then next turn, we can then set up for the board wipe because of the damage at the beginning. And then we'll go for lethal there. Okay, so as you can see, beginning of turn damage will destroy their units. We'll do extra summons. And then we will place this over here to have some form of protection in case they do have a double attacker or something. And so there you go. That's why we froze their. We summoned this unit to freeze their range units, and checking if they have any death triggers. Nope. So we are all set there. Okay, claiming a wind chest, and moving on. Going to skip this particular battle. Reason why we skip that battle is because we know that it's probably gonna take a little bit, and also the fact that we're gonna skip this one too. Yeah. We also know that in League right now, so as you'll see right here, so right now we're in League 1. The range for League 1 is anywhere from top 50 to top 300. So as long as we're still within that range, we'll be okay. So we'll just surrender in order to find some easier battles. So for example, this is not something that we want to do over there. But something like this is a little more manageable. So we will see what makes sense here. We'll start with our poison unit, actually. Normally we don't do this because of the amount of health this building has for protection, but we do want to get rid of their buildings early, and their health is low enough where we can start just going for attacks rather than just go for board setups. Wow, this is like best case scenario. Okay, so we have there. All right, we'll do our summon. So that one's actually good. And then we'll use our unit with the double attack, and then also steals attack whenever a unit dies. So because of how these rotters are, this will die, it'll steal some attack, and then we'll have some double attack over here. Got that extra poison damage. So now not only has their entire board wiped, they also have no attack, and now those rotters are going to be a problem for the next unit that comes out in play. Right, we don't have to worry so much about this. We'll summon our melee unit. Oops, with the mental shield, I forgot about that. But with the extra attack over here, we're able to go through and then go for lethal. Okay, taking a look at their warlords. So they'll have the block runes, they'll have the ranged units with the splash, and then setting our health to 1 except the melees. We're going to start with looking at this unit here. Okay, so it has extra attack and the plus health. We're going to summon our melee unit over here. So not only will get extra summons to block and then also deal damage to buildings, but then we'll also transform this and then take care of it on the board. All right, also got to look at their pet. So their pet is going to give a little bit of an attack boost to their units, and then also an attack boost whenever a range unit destroys something on their side, which includes that one over there. Okay, this one has block. It's actually seeing we got some 14. And then it's checking our poison as well. Our poison deals 65, so that'll be 79. So we'll actually get rid of that one here. Yeah, this is fine. So we'll attack this, get rid of that. We'll attack this, and then we'll have our poison damage destroy this unit over here. Another option as well, we can, we'll summon this one instead. So what will happen is it'll set the health to 5, give our units a little bit of pierce, get rid of those, and then also allow us to then start summoning units with Mental Shield, as long as this unit isn't destroyed, silenced, etc., etc. Alright, so we'll do that. Give our Mental Shield. We have to factor in the block for this unit, so 27, 54, 194, 198 rather. Alright, we'll summon the unit with the double attack over here. Okay, so now we have a unit with double attack and Mental Shield and a little bit of protection over here. Okay, they summon their rockers, with one of them having extra attack. Okay, and this one also has extra attack. It also deals damage based upon the number of units that were in play first. So it will deal damage to a non-order unit, so 35. So it won't be enough to destroy that. We'll attack that. Oh, okay, we'll summon our... Yeah, we can still use our poison unit over here. We can also use our building, so that's fine. We'll use our building instead. So we'll put our building here. Comes into play with Mental Shield, and then the damage over there. And then this unit was supposed to give evasion to these units when it dies, but at the end of the turn, we'll have the building damage deal the damage needed to destroy this. So now we have this here, extra attack. Summon our immune unit to deal some damage, and then the building damage got rid of this one here. Alright, we will summon our Yoster over here. It will silence the male units. So this one here is actually male. You can tell by the clicking and the symbol. So we'll actually silence that. We'll put it behind this melee unit, so that it'll have the protection for the range units. And then also allow some block over here, which will allow us to do a board wipe for next turn. So damage in the beginning, board wipe, do our summons, and this should actually be good for damage because each one of these is around 130, and we're good there. So a little bit of back and forth between us trading units with them. The block wasn't so much of an issue because we had the extra effect damage with either the building or the poison, and then also we were able to silence their units, and so because of that, the block runes weren't an issue. Alright, so they have the ogre right now with the silence the heal and stones. They also have their pet that gives extra damage whenever a male unit destroys something on their side. Also gets an attack boost and health boost. Alright, we'll start with summoning our... It's kind of a tough spot here because don't have any protection for our units. We'll start with summoning our... this is fine. We'll do our summon first, and then we'll actually summon this unit to silence their male units, and then give it a little bit of protection, and then also give this unit a little bit of health at the end because of the health boost skill here. Okay, have this unit that freezes one of their units on our side, all order ally, all right, and then sets the health to 1. We'll have to destroy this unit over here, so we'll do our ranged unit summon over here, and then allow for the poison damage to then destroy these units. Next turn we can go for a board wipe depending upon what shows up, otherwise we'll just go with picking off their units one at a time and then going from there. Because we still need to deal with their silence and then their other skills as well. So let's see. Gotta do some math. So, okay. So this unit here gives miss to another one of our units for a turn whenever we summon. The issue is that it won't give miss to the first unit that we end up summoning. And even if they do get missed, there's going to be at least combat damage to at least one combat damage over here. And then the poison damage will actually go over to here as well. This one has 65, so it'll be a 130. And then the unit we end up summoning will actually not get miss. We will summon our immune unit so that we can get some protection. So I can see the damage, and then the poison damage got rid of both of these units over here. All right, we drew out the silence, so that's good. We also didn't want to use this particular unit because we can then summon on this attack rune over here and then go for some extra damage, or we can, in this particular case, we can steal attack and clear up their units. So let's see, got that. Okay, we'll summon our building. Yeah, we'll summon our building. So damage, move, and then building damage would destroy these two units over here, but then our building also protects these units over here. We have this unit over here. We'll summon with the unit with the double attack. We'll take a little bit of damage because it does have a death trigger for damage whenever we summon a unit, but we'll get some health back, and then we'll have a little bit of protection with the higher health for this unit relative to the other units that we had. Okay. So looks like they summoned a Madam Agony. That one transforms the wounded units into buildings, so that is why these three units were then transformed. So we'll have to get rid of this one here. So it makes sense. Damage. So building damage will destroy this. It's just a matter of how we're going to set up the rest of our board. And we'll probably do that with our melee summons over here. So we can get some health back off of our melee kill, so that's good. Get some damage over here, and then the buildings will then mark these for damage, so then we can do destruction next turn. Or we can just destroy them normally using the building damage. Alright, so we got that. Interesting. We'll summon our ranged unit over here. It'll set the health to 5. This will be then destroyed, and then the building should take care of the rest of the units. Okay, once again, that same unit from the first turn, so we'll have to get rid of that with the extra damage over here. So combat will destroy this, and it's a matter now of getting rid of this unit. We will summon this unit over here. Reason why is because we're trying to get the extra damage going off of this skill over here with the damage dealt based upon the health of one of our units. We could have potentially chosen the building, and then we'd have a lot more damage going on over here. But this is fine. We'll do our destruction skill. We'll do our extra summons. And this should be enough for lethal, but we'll just summon our melee unit over here, just to be safe. And there you go. All right, 2 more, and then we can at least call it a day until tomorrow for the new event. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, so plus attack whenever one of the units come into play. Plus attack whenever a ranged unit destroys something. Got black runes, got the splash over here. We will we'll start with our building for some protection, and then also getting rid of their other buildings as well. Okay, they summon their block runes. We'll see how they end up summoning their units. Interesting spot. All right, so they summoned a double attacker with the block runes over there. Seeing if it makes sense for us to go for a wipe. That's not terrible. All right, we'll do our summons, and then we'll summon our Yoster to silence their melee units. So in this case, they don't have an attack boost, but they also don't have their block, and we'll let we'll let our attacks just get rid of this here. Hey, congratulations! That's with the new pairing of how the leagues work, yeah, some of the power in the opponents that you face, it's going to be kind of weird. So I assume that you've probably seen some warlords that have a lot more health than you, and probably a lot more attack. They could possibly be using boosts or their guild bonuses, but I know that the matchmaking has also been kind of weird. That's why I've been skipping a couple of battles. But yeah. All right, so let's take a look here. So they do have their death trigger over here. We're going to summon our melee unit with the transform. And we're going to be placing this actually over here so that we can get our extra summon going on behind here. It may not be much, but it'll give us a little, at least an extra bit of protection. So we'll go like that. Okay, so they summon their Yoster, silencing our millions, which include our zombies. We'll do our destruction skill, and then we're actually going to summon our Aphrodite to see if we can get some extra damage going on over here. And we got the lethal because it chose the building for the extra damage. You're just trying to find that one more battle. Yeah, we'll probably skip this one too. That's fine. Trying to do as few ogre battles as possible in League, because I know for sure that they're going to take at least 5 or 6 turns, and so that is why we're going to hold off. Alright, so they have their Jimmy, again with the block runes, got the splash with the ranged, and then the setting the health. Usually this skill doesn't even come into play unless the battle gets really long, but usually these battles are quick no matter how this plays out. So we'll start with, let's take a look at this unit. So it gets the miss to another unit. It actually won't affect the first unit that comes out in play, so because of that, we'll use our unit with the double attack to not only deal the damage behind the building, but then also its normal damage to get rid of this unit here. That's no good. Alright, so they have the unit with the flight and then dealing damage to units except order. So that actually includes this building over here. We can't do our summon because it will then be destroyed by the attack over here. So instead, we'll summon our order unit behind this order unit to protect it from some damage. And then we can then set up for a board wipe next turn, assuming that this unit is still alive. Okay, it is still alive, so that is good. We'll do our summon, we'll do our board wipe, and then on top of this, we're going to be summoning our immune unit over here. It'll give us some protection in the line versus ranged units, and then also give us some health boost for later on. Alright, they summon their rocker boys over here. Those rocker boys have splash, and that's pretty much it. Okay, it was good that we summoned our immune unit, because now these units, they got an attack and a health boost from the Legion over here whenever it attacks, and then whenever a unit is destroyed. So now we are going to see here. We need to get rid of this Legion, so we're going to do that by summoning our transform unit over here. And then, as you can see, these units are frozen for a turn, so now we don't have to worry about them. For those who are tuning in, right now we are doing some League just to get some more chests, and also we did the Jerry the Buffoon. We didn't actually destroy him, but we got him down to as little health as possible, and the reason why is because of the maintenance update. So the maintenance update yesterday actually ended up changing the rewards, where instead of it giving epic chests, it gave legendary chests. Those legendary chests, we need those in order to open up we need to open up some legendary chests for the quest nodes tomorrow for the world event, so that is why we're holding off. So yeah, that's just a little breakdown of what we're doing here. So let's see here. Next we have silence, and then the death trigger over here. Probably won't be able to get rid of this unit. We could. Let's see. So we have, does that block? It does not have block, so that's good. So in this case, we'll actually summon our... Yeah, we'll summon this unit over here. So it'll deal damage, and then poison damage will actually get rid of these two units over here. We're in okay shape right now. We're just a little low on health. So if they do have some sort of double attacker over here, it could be a problem. All right, let's see. So we'll have damage over here, damage over there. We have poison. All right, we'll summon our Aphrodite over here to get some extra damage. Hopefully it marks one of these larger health units, and it does. So in this case, we did get the lethal damage over here. And so that is basically it for League. As you can see, all these slots are filled, and we have to wait another hour, a couple of hours to get it open. And as I mentioned before, let me explain this here. We're in the Dungeon of Trials. We did cover most of Jerry Buffoon. We have him at 58 health. We're going to be losing at least 2 pit attempts because of how they recharge. So they recharge every 12 hours. So we're going to have to wait until tomorrow, and at least potentially 3. But like I said, we want to save this legendary chest for rewards. So we have one over here. We have the one over here. We have one over here, so that will be good. And then we also have our legendary chest for the disciples over here. So we're just priming our resources for the world event tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, or concern, leave a message on Twitch, Discord, or YouTube. The streaming schedule is up here in this white box over here. Please follow on Twitch for the live stream, and then also like and subscribe on YouTube for more videos. The live streams are up there, the past ones are up there, and then also other content that we have as well. So check it out there. Otherwise, this is Happy Splasher, signing off.